We are live from Bali. We're talking technical things like we always do. But we're live. It's working.
Yes. How's everybody doing today?
Yes.
Hey.
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 Thank you for the hearts.
Hi,
Thank you for the
Reggie.
hearts.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to what edition of Pussy Podcast?
This is the 18th edition from the second season of the Liberated Pussy Podcast. And we're in Bali, y'all.
Yay!
We're in Bali. We flew
Yay.
for 21 hours.
Oh my gosh.
On two planes.
We have been flying.
And it was seamless.
It was.
And we're
seamless.
finally
It was
together.
seamless. I know, right? It was really a seamless flight, though. It really was. I flew to DC, and Adina and I hung out. She took me to this great African restaurant. I got to meet her family and her sons
And my
her
cat,
husband
my
and her
cat loves her. She was having a love affair with another cat. So we'll tell Maya and I said
Yes,
later.
Adina has a big black cat. That's probably like, he seems like he's like 20 pounds.
I don't know. I haven't weighed him, but his name is King Tut, and he's a
big
king.
old cat.
He's
He's a big old cat. And he was literally giving me a face massage. He was licking me. He was licking my face. He was giving me
Happy to
kisses.
meet
I
you.
was like, oh, that's so lovely.
He said, "That's the lady
Yes.
from Zoom. That's the lady from the podcast."
Yes. Can you guys hear us? Can you hear us?
Give us thumbs up. Oh, I see the hearts coming up. So
Okay,
hopefully
great.
You can hear us.
So today we wanted to talk about...
Should we introduce ourselves?
Yes, let's introduce ourselves.
Well, I am your girl Adina, the goddess of magical movement. As you know, Monique and I, we do this Pussy Podcast. We're going on our second year. Our first year comes up on July 28th, so we're just a couple of weeks away from our year anniversary. Thank you. Someone said we look beautiful. Thank you. After a little rest, a little shower.
That's on Kelp Possessions. That's what you call them.
What you call?
You know who was gonna come with us, and then she.
Oh,
April.
okay,
That's April.
April.
That's
Hey,
April.
April.
Hey, April.
April.
Right. Yeah.
So, so we have been curating this experience, and we're going to talk about that a little bit today. Monique and I do Goddess Gathering. We run a rites of passage for women, and we're here in Bali for a culmination, really a hands in the clay moment
Yes.
with women from all over the world who are all on their way here right now. So we'll be coming to you throughout our time here in Bali over the next 20 days.
I know, we're super excited.
Yeah.
I am Monique, also known as the Moon Mama. I am I'm the founder of Follow the Sun. I co-facilitate 13 Moons and Goddess Gathering. 13 Moons I facilitate with Gabrielle Zelina, and Goddess Gathering I facilitate with Adina. I am an astrologer and a life coach, and it is my work to assist women in remembering who they are and waking up to their gifts, to their magic.
Yes.
And healing the old paradigm, the old narratives, the old experiences that would keep us stuck in an old reality. So my work is my greatest joy, and I'm so excited to be here in Bali with Adina because this was just a pure creation.
It's a creation.
Yes.
We birthed this.
Yes.
We birthed this. So when we talk about creating and manifesting, womb-nifesting, this literally was a womb-nifestation that we watched unfold, and now we're living it. So literally we created an idea. In 2020, I wrote down a list of places that I wanted to go. I said on my list, and I have it, I ran across it here recently, wanted to go to Egypt with ACIM. Check, we did. Monique and I did that together in 2021. And so this is 2020 when I wrote this list. I said Egypt, Hawaii, wanted to go to Hawaii and hula dance. Check, did that in 2021 also. I said Paris is coming up, and I said Bali's girls trip. Now this is the ultimate Bali's girls trip.
Yes, it is.
With Goddess technology. How this came about with just writing it down and holding the vibration of that. I think in 2019 I saw pictures from the Udaya spa of these women bathing in these flowers, these beautiful floral baths, and it took my breath away. I was like, I'm going to Bali and I'm going to bathe in those flowers. I mean, that is like the ultimate spiritual bath.
Yeah.
I'm going to Bali, I'm going to bathe in those flowers, I'm going to take my girls with me. And that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
So what happened, fast forward to 2023, last year in September, one of my girls who was a belly dance student of mine, who moved out of the area, and she came back home to DC and was hosting a class. And whenever folks who come through my circle are doing things, I love to support ladies who are in my circle with them, if I can, if time permits and that kind of thing. She was having a class. And so all of our girls from our class here locally, not here in Bali, but where we live, came out to support her in her class. The sister who met me at the door when I came in, she was like, like kind of taking names and stuff. And I told her I knew the teacher is good. She's like, okay, well, come on in. But like when you meet people, you don't know if you don't necessarily know if they're the ones who have a key for you, if they're the ones who are door opener for you. She literally opened the door to the studio, to the class of our mutual friend for me. And then she opened the door for this experience. I didn't know that at that moment, that she would be the door opener. Her name was Melissa. So Melissa opened the door. And, you know, we had an exchange. She didn't know me, I didn't know her. We had this mutual friend. So Melissa and I ended up dancing together in that class. Like, I picked her to dance with. We were doing some goddess thing, and I picked her. And so in that moment, you know, something was happening. Something was happening. And so the sister who was teaching the class, her name was Vashti. Vashti was telling them, like, listen, y'all, I live in Atlanta. Adina and Belly Dancers of Color is right here in DC. Y'all can dance with them regular. And Melissa hadn't heard about us because she's in DC. I'm in Maryland, but again, if you know the DMV, we're all close. So fast forward, Melissa had been running retreats, which I didn't know, with another sister who was there present at that time. Her name was Naja. Naja, for all of those ladies who have been a part of this Goddess Technology experience with her, Naja has been our amazing retreat coordinator to help us coordinate a retreat across the other side of the world. Naja has done this for 4 years. So that day, because I was open and because I went to support my sister, one of my dreams came true. It opened the way for my dream, my heart to come true. So even with that, so I met Naja and Melissa. I still didn't know that they had done these retreats and things like that. Melissa sends me a text and says, would you be interested in hosting a retreat? And I'm like, hell yeah. At the same time, Naja, who had also met me, meets one of my belly dance sisters, Gigi. This is the same day. Naja is also a yoga teacher. Naja goes to Gigi's yoga class. She doesn't know Gigi's affiliated with us. She says to Gigi, I met this belly dance sister, and I'm going to ask her if she would like to host a belly dance retreat in Bali. And Gigi said, what's her name? She said, Adina. She said, that's my sister. So the same day, those links were just like linking up, like Spirit was making it connect. Naja and Melissa had talked about it, and then Naja talked to Gigi, and Melissa talked to me, but they were all talking about the same person. And keep in mind, I wrote it on my list in 2020 as something to happen. So this manifestation, this womb manifestation, came to be because I was living in spirit. I was supporting my sister, and in supporting my sister, I was supported as well. Naja and Melissa have been absolutely amazing from start to finish of this process, with the marketing of it, with the support of our participants, and helping us so that we could be in the creative space of curating an amazing experience. So we are, I don't have a word for how I feel right now. I need new language. Like if I can make up something to be like, is that the word? That's another language.
It's one of the things that I think is profound. First of all, look at those moons that are in that thing. But one of the things that's really interesting about the creative process is the communal aspect of it. And I find that our powers are activated, are heightened when we are supporting one another. It's when we're doing things together, it really just makes a difference.
We light each other's fire.
That's right.
And you're not diminished at all.
That's right. And it is a very interesting process of understanding how important it is for us to work together. And when we work together, and here's the thing, because I feel like, you know, we're all different, right? We're all different. And it's like, find the common thread, find the thing that is common. And I wanted to facilitate as well. You have traveled the world. I have not. I've traveled a little bit, but Adina has really traveled the world. I've done a lot of teaching in this way. Like Adina has done belly dancing, but I've done a lot of internal, you know, like,
we're complementary.
Right,
like
exactly.
What we bring, we work together well.
That's right.
When this came to me, I said, Monique and I, because we were already working Goddess Technology as an online school. I said, and you and I had been talking about doing retreats. We were talking about Costa Rica initially. This, I said, Mo, we're doing this together. Like, this is what's happening. And she was like, okay.
I was like, okay.
I just drug her along for the ride. She picked up her feet, but initially she was like, I didn't even have to do anything. No, just keep coming. Just keep coming. And so here we are.
And it totally, like, everything, all the way, like yesterday was so seamless. And there's so many moving pieces. You got to get your visa. You got to have
Your
the
levy.
levy. You got to have the
declaration at customs.
right, and then you have to your passport, and you have to have all these things.
The bag weight. Mind you, we carrying a whole lot of stuff, okay, to facilitate this retreat. So we have, goodies for our goddesses and retreat items, stuff for the shrine and all that. That's heavy.
Yeah,
I have
absolutely.
this big ass bag. Like between us, how many bags we have? 7, 8 bags.
Yeah, so like
A lot of bags.
Well, because
One bag is her personal bag.
One bag is my personal bag, and then
say-
I have a carry-on bag.
She had a carry-on bag full of my shoes.
Like I'm very simplistic. I gotta really let me just say, just so you guys, I'm very simplistic. I am a cut and dry kind of person. I really am, and that's okay because something told me bring an extra bag. Something was like bring an extra empty bag. So I did. I bought an extra empty bag, and sure enough, I needed it for her shoes.
Okay, so we're at the check-in thing where you're getting your tickets, and the bag was a little overweight.
Right.
So I had to take all my shoes out of the bag. I'm like, where am I putting these shoes?
Right.
Monique pulls out an extra bag.
Because it all
my
works
shoes
together.
goes in her bag, and
Goes-
she's literally carrying my shoes.
Yes.
As her carry-on. So we need each other.
Yes.
And
it all synergizes. There's the synergy that happens, and when women here's the thing that's very important. Our individuality is important. You must be your individual self, and that has been my work in this work with women, to really be true to my individual self, to not lose myself in the collective experience. Because when we lose, I know for me, when I lose myself, I become resentful over time because I've given up something.
And nobody wants that.
And nobody's required it of me,
You
but
did
it's
that.
just a cultural thing that we do.
When you say we, you're talking about yourself, okay?
What do you mean?
When you say we do, because I told Monique,
Yeah.
I need you to be you.
Right. When I say
freaking-
we, I'm talking about our cultural
Okay,
experience,
okay.
right? Our cultural experience
For women
is
in particular.
for women in
To just
particular
blend.
to blend in. And I'm a Pisces rising,
Okay.
so Pisces, and I have Mercury and Venus in Libra, which is all about the other, right? So my energy is very externally focused, and I've had to spend time learning who I am and how I feel and what I think and what matters to me, and really being very deliberate in it because most shit don't matter to me.
Y'all know in a minute she'll go, I don't care.
I don't care. I really
care.
don't. I don't care. And so I've had to learn, like, okay, I don't care, so that's real. But how do I stand here? Because I don't really have a dog in the fight. That's what I don't
How do
care
we move
means.
through this?
I don't have a dog in the fight. Like, it doesn't really matter to me, right? And so, but what I've had to learn is to be in community with women and to be a goddess, I have to learn what that is for me, though.
I get that.
Right?
So there's a balance.
Yes,
of
yes.
Where the caring comes
Yes,
in
yes.
and where Monique is. It's like
Yeah.
I can care. Like when we were dealing with some upset in our community, and overall we know Monique didn't care.
Yeah.
But Monique as leader, we
Yeah.
had to hold space so
Yes.
we can work through it. And
Yes.
so that's the part to know.
That's
you don't have
right.
to pick a side.
That's right.
You're
That's right.
holding-
I'm holding the space for the
Yes.
highest version, and that's what I
Ashe.
care about.
Ashe.
I care about the fulfillment of the goddess power within us. That's what my focus is most, right? So, like as we've been preparing for this, Adina's been doing all the physical stuff. I've been holding the space. I've been praying for all the women. Really doing rituals for all the women and our ancestors because everybody's bringing everything with them here.
Everybody's bringing everything.
Everybody's bringing their ancestral stuff. They're bringing their gifts. They're bringing their
Themselves.
trauma. And my perspective is to be able to see people for who they truly are, so that I could point things out. Do you see this? And do you see this? Because this is a gift for you. Because most of us don't really know. We're still learning who we are.
Most of us don't see ourselves.
That's right. That's
And
right.
so as
That's
we're
right.
starting to see ourselves, and of course we've been living in ritual. We say this all the time.
Yes.
We're living in ritual. And as we live through the ritual and as we start to see ourselves, we help our sisters do the
That's
same.
right.
And it's been
That's right.
really, really a beautiful unfolding.
Isn't it a beautiful unfolding? It really is. So now here we are.
Here we are in Bali, baby.
In Bali.
Created it, baby. Yes, we created it. Can you imagine what's coming next?
Yes,
More
yes,
stuff
yes.
is
That's
coming
right.
next.
So it's a very profound time to be in the creative power, and what we're living through astrologically right now. So the sun is in Cancer. We're about to have a Cancer new moon.
Cancer season.
Yes, and so
I'm a
Cancer
Cancer.
season.
Hey.
Cancer season, and Adina is a Cancer full on. She really is a full on Cancer. Cancer governs family. It governs the mother. The mother is creativity. That's what the mother is. Like when we say the word mother, we often think of our mothers. There is value in that, but that's not the end of mother.
Mother is matter.
Right, exactly.
And matter is everything.
That's
matter
right.
Is this
That's
pillow,
right.
It's this
That's
couch,
right.
It's
It's everything comes out of the mother. Everything comes. So the person who created the sofa we're sitting on, the person who created this wrap that Adina is wearing, had a mother. And their mother could have been a seamstress. You know what I mean? Like, because the DNA codes pass through. So with this sun in Cancer and the new moon in Cancer, what we do is we get a new opportunity every year to reprogram our core DNA codes through that Cancer energy, through what you got in your family, through what you were conditioned in, indoctrinated, however we want to say it. Because nothing is here to last forever. It doesn't stay, right? So you want to look at where's Cancer in your chart. So for me, I have Cancer's in my 4th house. I think Cancer's in your 2nd house. No, but you have Taurus in the 1st house, Gemini in the 2nd, Cancer in the 3rd. Yes. So that's the way your mind works, right? So with Cancer in the 3rd house, that means that your mind is always getting pregnant and giving birth to reality.
Right. Stay pregnant.
Right. Exactly. Right? So
stay creating.
So what happens is then when you understand that you have Cancer in the 3rd house, you literally just you can just write things down and they're going to come like she did. She wrote out this experience and it came into existence because Cancer is like pregnancy. It's like boop, 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 and it just comes out, right?
Yeah.
So when you understand how your energy really is meant to function, and then you begin to adjust your pattern, your ways of being, your ways of functioning to align to how your energy is meant to function, and not in the way that you were indoctrinated from your childhood, right? Because that's the thing.
But we're healing through that.
Yes. And it is a process. It is a process, and we are always in a process of healing and working with it. And so this new moon is...
It's Capricorn?
No.
Full moon's Capricorn.
Yes.
Full moon's Capricorn.
Yeah. The new moon's in Cancer.
In Cancer, that's
yes.
right. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, duh, Friday.
Right, the new moon's in Cancer.
Yeah.
And so with this new moon in Cancer, you want to, maybe you have some unfinished business with your mother. Maybe, right? It could be possible that you do. And if you do, that energy is for you to empower yourself. So I know for a long time I had a story about my mother that she was weak. For various reasons. I had a story that she just wasn't strong and she wasn't smart. That was my story. But so because I believed that about my mother, that's what became true about me.
Oh, wow.
Because whatever we believe about our mothers, we materialize in our own existence.
Because you are literally matter from your mother.
That's right.
So let's heal that.
So whatever story you're telling about your mother, whatever subconscious stories, whatever unfinished business, and this is not to go work it out with your mother, this is to work it out inside of yourself. So whatever story you have going on with your mother becomes your experience, right? And so I had to really do the work of healing the narrative that I had around my mother and her being weak and her not being intelligent or whatever it was, so that I could shift that energy in myself and live it to my own power. We also have Venus. Venus is going to be conjunct this moon in Cancer, which is really powerful because Venus is about our value and our money and our wealth, right? And so the money code, the value code gets set in your childhood because of the environment you grew up in. So now we have an opportunity to recode our money story, right? So literally how you create wealth, how you create value in your life by understanding the value you bring to everything, by understanding your individual codes and what you have to offer so that you can function the way you're meant to.
That part.
Yes.
That part. And Neptune in retrograde?
Yep, Neptune is in retrograde, Saturn is in retrograde, and Pluto's in retrograde. So Neptune in retrograde is
some other stuff too.
Neptune, and Saturn is retrograde in Pisces,
Wow.
which is Neptune.
Wow.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So we have a lot of energy right now to reprogram, recode ourselves at the deepest level.
We get invited to Thailand.
Come to Thailand and
Okay.
join us for this month.
Want to do that?
Right. Yes,
DM us on that. Thailand sounds amazing.
Thailand does sound amazing. I'm going home after this.
I get it, but that'll be the next trip.
But that for the next trip, right? This month is because we're doing this
Yeah,
right
we're doing
now.
this. We're
right?
here for almost a month.
Right. We're going to be here for 20 days. So, but Thailand sounds like a beautiful experience as well. Because we're doing some jet set we're going every year.
Every year
We're going.
Yeah, like this is just the beginning of this Bali
Right.
experience. And Bali has been so sweet to us.
I know.
You know, they've been very kind and very loving and very considerate.
Yeah.
Our waitress prayed for us at the table. She
Yes.
gave us, like, when was the last time you paid somebody and had food and they prayed for you?
No, yeah.
Like never?
No.
Well, 5 minutes ago.
Yes,
we had that. It was
It's
very
really beautiful. And they're all dressed in these really beautiful wraps.
They're in Balinese traditional
yeah,
clothes today.
it's beautiful. So what are some of the other things about our creative power? Because this Cancer energy is so...
Well, creating the process of what our offering is for Goddess Technology. Been in a deep creation process really all year of cultivating what this experience is going to be, cultivating it and then leaving space for it to unfold into its beauty of what it is to be.
Yes.
So Goddess has spoken through us, speaking. My dreams have been on point.
Yes.
I've been having very vivid, powerful dreams where I know Spirit is speaking directly to me. It's been amazing. So as we open into our intuition, there's synchronicities.
Yes.
I want us to start paying attention to the synchronicities and not discounting it, because literally that's Spirit speaking to us and guiding us in the direction that we should go.
Yeah.
So as far as creativity, those are the ways my creativity has manifested. In downloading the transmission of what's to be shared and leaving space, and then having deep acceptance for what I bring and just being in love with that. Like, this is what you brought, that's beautiful. This is what your sister brought, that's beautiful. Put it together. Oh my, it's even bigger than some of the parts.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It is a beautiful experience.
Hey Erica. Erica's here in Bali with us.
I know.
We see you soon, baby.
Hi, Erica. So some of the other things that are happening in the astrology right now. So Saturn just went retrograde. I think it went retrograde on Friday. And Saturn retrograde in Pisces. Saturn has been inviting us into really cleaning out our subconscious. And because of the time that we're alive on the planet right now, there is a lot being released. We are going through tremendous human shifts on the planet, and we're seeing it happen easily in the Western world. It's happening very easily. But what does that look like? Cleaning up shame, cleaning up despair and disappointment and fear. Like, really, and how do you clean it up? By facing it. You face your fears. You look at the things that you would be holding shame about, right? Like, I know I have held shame around many things around.
Say sexuality,
Yes.
which is a big thing for women.
Yep.
Our sensual selves, our money story,
Yep.
shame about the slavery story. Like, that's our shame to carry, and I really feel like that's ridiculous.
Yes.
That we feel that.
Yes.
Even clutter in your homes. I've been clearing clutter in my homes. I have piles of stuff that I'm moving out, but I first have to collect it to move it out. But these are all a part of the things, the collective things that we need to release, so we're making space.
That's right. One of the things that's been so fascinating for me in this experience, because I've carried a huge money story, and I've been working on it since forever, right? And I have 2 cats that I needed to be supported while I was leaving, and literally I talked to someone. He's like, "Oh, I'll watch your cats," and he was like, "Gonna charge me $1,500 to do it."
Get new cats for that.
That's how much those cats cost. Exactly, they cost $1,500. That's right.
LA.
That's right. $1,500. So I just was like, "Oh," and he's a Cancer too. I was like, "Oh, okay, thank you." And then I just text one of my girlfriends, and I was like, "Do you know anybody who could watch my cats for me?" And she's like, "Me, I'll do it." Do you know that she drove from San Diego to be with my cats and is going to be with them for 14 days? Like, literally, because it's like Spirit is showing me, when you bring value to the world, everything is not about money. Everything that you need doesn't have to be connected to a money value. Sometimes it's just people showing up to support because they love you, because they believe in what you're doing, and you add so much value to their lives that they wouldn't even consider. They wouldn't even consider asking you to pay for it, right? And one of the things that I've been able to really see is there's some, like, I really like to be able to pay for shit. It gives me a sense of independence.
Right. You talked about that from being little.
Yes.
And how you felt when people did for you all the time.
Oh my gosh, yes. It really is it can be very challenging for me to receive. And that's what Spirit is showing me. Receive. You give so much.
Yeah. I mean, that's the other part of the cycle. So
That's right.
the cycle.
That's right. That's right. So, it's really important for us to look at the patterns that need to be healed right now, and do your best to be transparent with yourself and honest, and tell yourself the truth and give it to Spirit. Like give it to your ancestors. Ask them to support you in healing and transforming.
I say this value conversation is it's foundational, because value is all made up.
Yes,
it's what
that's
we
right.
say it is, period.
That's right.
You know, like we have songs in the U.S., cash rules everything around me. No, it don't. Like
Right.
if you think it does, then it does, but it doesn't. Example, yesterday when we were in the airport, we went to the money exchange as we were leaving the airport. And so the exchange rate from Balinese rupiah, I believe, rupiah, and U.S. dollar, $1 is 15,300 rupiah. So I put $300 up there, and I got 4,590 rupiah.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm rich, bitch.
Right. Because
but I was rich anyway.
That's right.
It's
That's
not
right.
about the 4
That's
million,
right.
but just to get stacks
That's
of
right.
thousands and thousands.
That's
All
right.
of it is just made up.
it's just made
It's just
up
what
stuff.
people agreed to.
We've just
We
made
just
this
agreed
shit
to
up.
this.
That's it. That's
so
right.
just believe you're rich, bitch, without that.
That's right.
You know,
That's
believe
right.
that you're abundant because you are.
Because
Believe
you
that
are.
what you say will come back to you. What you do will
That's
come back
right.
to you. Because that's the law
That's right.
of reciprocity.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
Yes.
Absolutely. It really
so,
is.
especially with the money story.
That's right.
Especially with it. So what do y'all think? Y'all out there waving and sending us some hearts. What y'all think? Y'all coming to Bali with us next year?
That would be great. Yay. And then Neptune is about devotion. And so with Neptune retrograde, we have an opportunity to really transform what we're devoted to. Now, devotion is something that is so interpersonal.
Yeah, devotion's deep.
It is very deep.
Devotion is right here with you. It's like this close.
That's right. And you don't even understand it. And this is the thing. Like, we think we live in a fixed reality. Spirit, and we have all these stories about what God is, and this is God, and this is... It's
mutable.
It's mutable, and it's neutral. And whatever you're breathing into it, I love myself. It's like, okay, she loves herself. Let's give her the experience she loves herself. Oh, I don't have enough. This and that. Oh, she's in lack. She's in scarcity. Let's give her the experience of lack and scarcity. It's right on the tip. Devotion is... It's the things you're thinking about when you're taking a shower, the things you're thinking about when you're washing the dishes. Like, where is your mind really focusing right before you go to sleep at night? You want to, and most of us are unconscious about that stuff.
But you know what it is by your results. So
That's
if you
right.
look at what's showing up, you
Yes.
can see what you're really devoted to. Now, and if you're not liking what's showing up, then you can get really conscious about shifting that. So it's really personal. Like I said, it's right here in your face. You with you.
That's right.
And it's subtle and it's very beautiful.
Yes.
And when you see how slowly and softly you can shift it,
Yes.
then you start working with it like hands in the clay.
That's
like
right.
Just massaging that Play-Doh.
That's right. That's right. It's a very intricate, subtle thing.
It's intimate.
That's right. And it has more power than anything else. It has more power than what you say. It has more power than what you do.
Because it knows what you mean.
That's right. Because it knows the meaning behind what
Yes.
you're doing. That's
Yes.
right. And
You can't fake it.
That's right.
You really can't.
You cannot.
Because what you get is a direct result of what you're devoted to.
Yes, absolutely. And that's why it's so important for you to know yourself and to understand. It's been the thing that has helped me is understanding reality. And the major thing, because Neptune, the law of oneness, it is the major law here. And everybody talks the law of creation, the law of oneness is everything. I'm telling you.
So we're all just one. You know,
We're all
just
connected.
I mean, I'm looking at Mo. Well, Mo's just another me.
That's
She's looking
right.
at me.
That's
I'm
right.
just another her. We're looking at
That's
you.
right.
We're just another you.
Yes,
We're
that's right.
reflecting back to each other. When we understand that, then we don't have to trip on COVID. We don't have
Right.
to trip on germs and all this other
Right.
stuff. It's just you.
That's
Relax.
right. That's right. It
Relax.
really is. It's really
what
one
part
thing.
of you do you want to relate to? What part of you do you want to, commune with?
Yes.
It's all your decision.
It's all your choice, and it's all your creation.
Yeah.
It's where you're putting your focus. And so, I have spent a lot of time recoding my energy. I see this is showing up. Okay, let me go back into the lab and look at this. I created a health challenge. Like, okay, let me go back into the lab. Oh, they're trying to say I have a lump in my breast. Okay, let me see what's going on in my breast. Am I over nurturing? Am I over giving? Yes, you're over giving. Oh, I'm putting others before me. Okay, yes. So let me start coming back to myself.
So those things are to get curious about.
That's right.
Not to fall in a rabbit hole
That's right.
or the doldrums of whoa.
No.
I had one teacher who said when heartbreak came, he got excited. He's like, ooh, I get to create from the energy of heartbreak.
Yes.
Think of what I'll create from the depths of this feeling.
That's right.
Because the feeling is just energy.
That's right.
It's just energy to create with. And I'm going to create something so good
That's
from
right.
this. Oh, it hurts so bad. Oh, it's going to be so
That's
good.
right. That's right. That's right. I have taken relationships that I had that were really painful, that weren't going to go, that I couldn't leave out of my life, because Adina knows that I will ixnay.
Like she said, I don't care, and be out.
I will be done.
And I told her, you ain't leaving me, heifer. You're not leaving me.
We going, right? But I have had to learn how to say, okay, the relationships in my life that I'm not going to cut out. Like my relationship with my son's father, right? We're not in marriage anymore, but he gonna always be my son's daddy, always, right? So how do I make this relationship work for me, rather than spending the next 20 years
being mad?
It's like, right? So I look at it and go, what am I actually? What's the experience here going? If I do it this way, he actually is gonna do it the opposite way. And so naturally I would be like, he don't like me, or if I say it this way, he don't. And then I was like, no, it's an opposition for a reason. Like, don't make
what
it.
What can you create from that?
What can I create from this opposition?
Yes.
Use everything. The universe is everything.
It's all
everything
matter.
is
all
working
matter
together, right?
Create
right. So then I had to say, this opposition is working for me. This opposition is actually here to help me see something, to help me to expand, to help me understand that nothing is against me. Even though it's an opposition, it's not against me. No, it's not. Okay, so let me feel that for a minute. I might have to feel that for 6 months. Okay, I said this, he said that. Oh, that's opposition. Let me feel it. Oh, it's stretching me.
It's stretching. It's growing.
It's stretching me. Okay, so now it's stretching me. So now I don't have to be sending him daggers. Like,
you're just sending it to yourself.
Right. So then I'm like, okay, so let me send him love. Thank you for stretching me. Thank you for blessing me. Thank you for taking care of our son. Thank you for stretching me. Thank you. Oh, he did that. Oh, thank you for that. Thank you for that. And then before I know it, the whole relationship changes.
It's different.
Completely different relationship. Because I stopped telling myself stories that he was out to get me, that he was against me, that something was wrong with the way he saw the world and it was different than I. And it just opened me up. And now we have a bigger container and I have more to work with in that experience.
He is another you.
He is another me.
Well, listen, y'all. I know we about at our time. We love you.
Yay.
We are feeling so good. We're going to come back to you next time we come back, we will already be in community with our Goddess Technology offering. So we'll be at the villa. Like right now, we're not at our villa. We're at a hotel not far from the airport, but we'll be moving today.
Yeah.
And we'll share the journey with you. Thank you for following us. If you want to catch the recording, it'll be on Monique's page. And then, of course, you can catch us on our podcast stations with Spotify, Amazon Music, Amazon Podcasts.
Yeah.
And all the places podcasts are found. Podcasts.
Yeah.
That's not a word. Podcast.
Podcast. It's all
podcast. Oh, YouTube. On YouTube too.
On YouTube.
So,
that's right.
share what we're doing. Share the love, y'all. Share the love.
We appreciate you.
We do.
Thank y'all.
Love you.
Thank you.
Oh, one more thing. Monique.
Yeah.
Are you down with LPB?
Say you know me.
Hey!
She been working on me, y'all. She been working on me.
She down.
All right, y'all.
Podcast. Bye, y'all.
Peace and blessings, everyone. Bye-bye. Okay.